From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Jets. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
He's going to float this over the middle deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Mahomes firing complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now here's Mahomes. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
That's complete. It's Okwuegbunam. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead.
And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Slot man moves right. They'll start on the ground. Hall. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
From the 31, Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Wilson. Wilson to Wilson there. Zach to Garrett for a Jet first down. The Jets have 1-6 now. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Moore, the man in motion. Hall again on 2nd down. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll run with Hall. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
On second down, a run with Hall.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, it's Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3 and out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now Hall to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
He gets it underneath to Hall.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This is intercepted.
Picked off by Fred Warner.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Taken from about the 12.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
They'll give to Hall. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Wilson. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Garrett Wilson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They go play fake. Mahomes. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
It's this to the former Jet, Robbie Anderson. He'll get it inside the 20.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Well, not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Ball again on 2nd down. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On 3rd, and it's out. He put it on the carpet.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well executed there on 2nd down. So do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility. But now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again, because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
And this is caught at the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. One heck of a third down conversion, 33 yards.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Mahomes going to throw. To Mixon on the check down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Inside handoff to Mixon. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
That is caught inside the 5.
And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Chiefs are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10.
Here's Hall again.
And he loses the football a 2nd time. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On third down, Mixon. And some room to work. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
Haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. An option handoff here to Mixon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Mahomes on third. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Robbie Anderson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from going up by 30. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
62 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Ball again. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Nice job there on the tackle, keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in, touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Being chased out left.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Breece Hall. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory.
Montez Sweat with a tackle.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Moore, the man in motion. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Wilson.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
Touchdown, Jets.
Cole Kmet,
46 yards.
And the Jets are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
So the Jet offense staying on the field. They're going to go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he's going to get into the end zone for 2. And they're back within 2 scores. Down 15 now. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Yetur Gross-Matos there to bring him down. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 6, just inside the 30. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hughes. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs. and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Wilson.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now Wilson on 1st down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Moore, the man in motion.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll go again with Hall.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
They'll run with Hall.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Now it's Wilson. Touchdown!
Elijah Moore.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jets get a bit closer.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
He finds his man, complete. That's Hughes. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that will bring up second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw it here. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. 36 yards on the play.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Mahomes to throw. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Kansas City,
they improved to 5-3 as they approach the halfway point of this 17-game schedule.